Have you ever heard of a scientist who used his love for plants to change the world? His name was George Washington Carver, and he was one of the most brilliant inventors and educators in history. His story isn't just about science, it's about creativity, kindness, and using your talents to help others. Let's dive into the wonderful life of George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver was born around 1864 in Diamond, Missouri. His exact birth date is unknown because he was born into slavery. As a baby, George and his mother were kidnapped by raiders, but George was rescued and returned to his owners, the Carver family, who raised him as their own. Even as a child, George loved nature. He was fascinated by plants and spent hours exploring the woods, learning about flowers, trees, and crops. George was curious and loved to learn, but because he was black, he wasn't allowed to go to the local schools. So, he traveled to different towns to find schools that would accept him. He worked hard and eventually became the first African American to earn a master's degree in science from Iowa State University. A master's degree is a really advanced level of education. It's like being a super smart expert in your field. George became a teacher and scientist at the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, a school for African Americans. There, he studied plants and came up with amazing ways to help farmers. At the time, many farmers in the South grew cotton, but growing the same crop over and over ruined the soil. George had a brilliant idea. He taught farmers to grow peanuts and sweet potatoes instead. These plants helped restore the soil, and they could be turned into all kinds of useful products. George Washington Carver invented over 300 uses for peanuts. Can you believe that? He made peanut butter, peanut oil, peanut milk, and even peanut soap. He also found ways to use sweet potatoes to make flour, sugar, and glue. His inventions helped farmers make more money and improved life for countless people. But George wasn't just a scientist. He was also a teacher and a kind-hearted person. He believed in sharing his knowledge to help others. He traveled around the South to teach farmers about crop rotation, which is when you grow different plants in the same field each year to keep the soil healthy. He also believed in using science to make the world a better place. 5 fun facts about George Washington Carver. 1. George Washington Carver was known as the plant doctor because he loved helping sick plants grow healthy again. 2. He didn't just study peanuts. He also found over 100 uses for sweet potatoes. 3. George was the first African American to have a national park named after him. 4. He turned down job offers from famous inventors like Thomas Edison because he wanted to keep helping farmers and students. 5. George Washington Carver's work with peanuts helped make peanut butter one of the most popular foods in America. A famous quote from George Washington Carver: "When you do the common things in life in an uncommon way, you will command the attention of the world." George Washington Carver's story teaches us that with curiosity, hard work, and a desire to help others, we can make a big difference in the world. If you enjoyed learning about him, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And let us know in the comments, what's the most inspiring thing you learned about George Washington Carver today? See you next time.